welcome to the Cheesecake Addiction. I'll be your host for this web series. Behind the camera we have Christopher, and he looks like this. Today we'll be making a cheesecake. After you've preheated your oven to 375 degrees, it's time to make the crust. We have 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs here in this bowl, and to it we're just going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar, sort of depending on your taste. I have a no measuring policy. About that much cinnamon, a couple good dashes, and a little pinch of salt, and about half a cup, anywhere between half a cup and 3/4 cup of butter. Really depends again on your taste and how you like your crust. So you just want to mix it all up with a fork or whatever, your hands, however you like to do it. And you're going to pour your crumbs into a springform pan. Oh, some of it is still going to be crumbly. About 8 or 9 inch. What do you think this is, Christopher? A 9-inch springform pan. And you just want to press it down firmly so that it gets packed in there. So, it goes into the oven for 10 minutes. As it's cooking, we can make our filling. Okay, so our cheesecake starts out with 4 bricks of room temperature cream cheese. And you're gonna wanna beat them one at a time, otherwise it gets way too clunky for this thing to handle, and that goes for having a hand mixer as well. So we'll just put the bricks in one at a time. Make sure we get all the cream cheese goodness in. Plop that in and let it go. So I'm adding the 3rd brick of cream cheese, and I'm going to mix it up before adding the 4th. I just took care to scrape down the sides of the bowl to make sure nothing was getting stuck. And we're ready for our 4th. And I am using light cream cheese because there's no difference really in the cooking between light cream cheese and regular full-fat cream cheese. And with a cake so rich anyway, might as well save calories where you can. So, as you can see, it's quite stuck. So before I add the sugar, I'm just gonna clear all this out, give the bowl another scrape. Cheesecake is messy work. We're just gonna add 1 1/4 cup of granulated sugar to the mixture. And while that mixes, we're also gonna add our vanilla and our flour. 2½ tablespoons of all-purpose flour. If you're gluten-free, you can substitute an all-purpose gluten-free flour mix. And now we're also going to add about a teaspoon or so, I don't measure, of homemade vanilla extract. So this is homemade vanilla extract. It was not homemade by us, it was actually made by Chris's dad. Thank you very much. But it's really easy to make, and I think more cost efficient, so here's how. Put 4 to 10 vanilla beans in a 750 milliliter bottle of rum. Close the bottle tightly and store in a cool, dark place for a month, and you've got vanilla extract. Okay, and next we're going to add 3 eggs, one at a time. So we added 3 eggs, one at a time. We added half a cup of milk and a couple dashes of cinnamon. Lastly, what we're going to add is about 1/4 teaspoon of fresh lemon zest. Adding fresh lemon zest really just brightens up the cake, and it is a classic in New York style cheesecakes. Alright, so our filling is done. We mixed up we mixed up all the ingredients with the lemon juice, or lemon zest, I'm sorry. And we're going to pour it into our crust, which has cooked for 10 minutes at 375 and is cooled slightly. Just pour that in there. A couple lumps are okay, they'll probably just melt out anyway. Scoop out what I can. Alright, and a quick trick that I learned is to just drop it on the counter twice. It releases the air bubbles and give a little twist. And now this goes into the oven for about 40 minutes. And then when it comes out, we'll do a sour cream topping. Okay, so our cake came out of the oven. It smells great, but now we have to add a sour cream top. That sour cream on my finger. So to do this, we just take a carton of sour cream. Again, light is fine. It doesn't make a difference. And we're just going to add a little bit of sugar, maybe a tablespoon or two, and some vanilla. Again, homemade. And we're just going to mix it up. You can put it in a bowl to mix it up, but that's why we save a dish. Okay, so this is all mixed up. Now what we're going to do, this has come out of the oven, this is cooled for about 5 minutes. And we're just going to spoon the mixture on here. You can see the cheesecake has a couple cracks, but nothing big and nothing that won't be covered by the sour cream top, which is one of the reasons I do the sour cream top. But lately my cheesecakes haven't been cracking. You just want to smooth it over. You are going to want to use the whole carton because the cheesecake is still warm. Part of it will melt. Like it's kind of melting on this side, so I want to. Okay, so it's, a little messy, rustic, and it's going to go back in the oven to set up for about 15 minutes. Try not to drop it on the way in. Alright, so the cheesecake has come out of the oven, the sour cream topping has set. It has been cooling on the counter for about 45 minutes. So what we're going to do now is just cover it like so. And then it's going to go in the fridge for at least 4 hours, can go overnight, can stay in the fridge as long as 2 to 3 days, really. And we'll see that cake again New Year's Eve.
Love it. It's so creamy. It's perfect temperature.
Oh, I can't wait to hear back.
It is really good.
Oh, it actually is really good.
The best cheesecake ever.